Salute and welcome to the Stories and Cocktails podcast, where you will enjoy an entertaining short story from acclaimed humor columnist Rob Kreider. Story time is the family portion of the show. Then we move on from the stories to the cocktails. This is where the alcohol and the not safe for work portion of the show takes over, as Rob and his wife /editor /muse Sara Kreider partake in some adult beverages and provide you with a behind the scenes recap of what really inspired the original story. Put your feet up, relax, and enjoy yourself a round of stories and cocktails. Cheers.
This article is called The Pizza Man by Rob Kreider. Hey, that's me. In my early years of marriage, I made a lot of mistakes. I'm not talking about the usual stuff like leaving the lid up. I'm referring to the time I spent money we didn't have on cars I shouldn't have purchased. A young family doesn't exactly need a used 1992 notchback 5.0 Mustang LX with a bad transmission. Child safety seats don't exactly fit well in the back of a Mustang. Then to add insult to injury, I would take the Mustang and race it all over the state, leaving my wife and kids at home wondering if the transmission would hold up long enough to bring me back. This did not make for a happy wife, which, as we married men know, leads to an unhappy life. Cut to a few years later when I started to wise up to the fact that my family wanted me home more. And when they wanted me home, they didn't want me underneath the Mustang all week long fixing the transmission. Instead, they wanted me underneath the sink fixing the garbage disposal. So to keep everyone happy, especially me because I wanted to continue my need for speed, I started to take the whole family along to the races. After a while, my wife, whom I love, began to enjoy some of the series. She worried less and less about me crashing, coincidentally, after she purchased a large life insurance policy on me. Go faster, honey. She enjoyed the races as long as it wasn't her job to be a servant to me and feed me and my grease-covered friends breakfast, lunch, and dinner. The crew and I learned to live on a box of fresh donuts for breakfast, stale donuts for lunch, and if we were nice to her, a fantastic dinner made by my baby at the track. Of all the different types of races I've dragged my wife to, she became most fond of the 24 Hours of Lemon series. This is an endurance race for $500 cars. Each car has a team and a goofy theme. As you'd expect, most of the junky cars don't finish the race. Some don't even finish the first lap. This summer, we all headed to a place where nobody will ever complain about loud race cars, Buttonwillow Raceway Park. My team was ready for more racing action after our victory in a 24-hour lemons race the previous year. The theme for our race car this time around would be Pizza Delivery Boys, since they are notorious for driving around at breakneck speeds in crappy cars. Our team was called Big Sausage Pizza Delivery, and our slogan was, "We come fast." We took a junky Acura Integra and strapped a lighted pizza delivery sign to the roof. The drivers' wives all wore tank tops that said, "I heart Big Sausage." The reason my wife likes this particular race so much is because part of the fun of the event is all the different teams and themes. The pits are a huge party, mixing some Indy 500 flavor with the Burning Man Festival. People drive around in golf carts decorated with tiki torches, and teams wear costumes to go along with their car. Specifically, one team had men wearing French-made costumes because their car was the Molly-made housekeeping wagon. It was fishnet stockings on top of hairy legs. Not pretty, but funny to look at. It's important for other race teams to like you, because one unlucky team in the race gets voted as the People's Curse, the team most despised by the masses. And in the middle of the race, their car is plucked from the track and destroyed in an enormous ceremony of anarchy. It's insane. People throwing lemons at the car, it being smashed by tractors. It's sort of a grassroots cash for clunkers program. The concept of the destruction is to keep people from bringing a car worth more than $500. And it works. My wife's job this year was to go around the pits in the evening while everyone was working on their cars and spread the good word from Big Sausage Pizza. She shined and was an excellent advocate. She and the other wives delivered desserts and pizza boxes to the teams. She flirted with some of the drivers and handed out beers to the mechanics. The big problem for our team after the first day of racing, our car was sitting in first place. Nobody likes a two-time winner. People wanted bad things to happen to us on track. That's when my wife and her jolly band of Big Sausage girls did their job perfectly. My wife was armed with a tote bag with a screen print of her real boyfriend, Kid Rock, filled with ice and beer to give to all the folks in the Lemons paddock. On Sunday morning, our team of drivers and crew was fresh and ready to go, while some of the other teams were tired since they were out late drinking with those darn Big Sausage girls. We led the race most of the second day. I got hit in the rear by a Racer X themed car, which did a very Racer X thing and tried to crash me out. I somehow saved it and then regained the lead before handing the car over to my little brother for the final stint. He is the thinner, better-looking Kreider. He kept the lead until 4 corners before the end of a 14-hour-long race. He was in a fierce battle with a second-place car when my little brother lost it and rolled the car over onto its roof in spectacular fashion. The dust cloud was enormous, and we weren't sure if he was okay. Luckily for my little bro, Ioport Racing Supplies made sure our car had all the right safety equipment. My brother climbed out of the car completely unscathed, but the car was a total loss. My toy race car is now broken. Anyone who has siblings can tell you that's what little brothers do. Even with the crash, we finished second overall and first in our class. And even though we didn't win the race, we all had a great time, my wife included. She delivered. By the way, my wife likes the races, but she thinks my columns about racing aren't very funny.
Okay, folks, it's time to pop that top and let's get to those cocktails.
Hey, welcome to Stories and Cocktails Podcast, drunken portion of the motherfucking show. Very special show today, Mrs. Kreider.
Yes.
You know why that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you don't know why it is. The why it is this is sort of like a two chicks at the same time situation for me. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
Yeah, I got a couple cougars in here with me in this podcast studio, so I'm very excited. I have two Clovis High Cougar graduates.
I see.
Two females on the show with me, so I'm feeling pretty baller right now.
I see what you did there.
So would you like to introduce our very special guest?
So I knew that this was a special episode because we've got my bestie of all times, Rachel. Hello.
Hello.
I didn't know you were going to like pervert it. I mean, I guess I should have fucking known that.
It's pretty on brand for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
As soon as you said it's a special episode, do you want to know why? I should have just interjected and said, yeah, because Rachel's here. Don't make it gross.
Yeah. I thought you were going to step on it and you didn't. I was like, oh, you're giving me full opportunity to talk about two chicks at the same time, man.
Nope.
But we are cougars.
You are
We
cougars.
are.
In both ways you can define that word, you guys are cougars for sure.
Oh, because
That's a compliment.
that was our high school mascot and because we're old.
Yes. Now, you want to be a cougar before you become a saber-tooth
No,
tiger.
I was going
you know
to
what I'm
say,
saying?
if you start the saber-tooth tiger shit,
That's
I'm
a real
done.
thing.
Lord help me that I'm not a saber-tooth.
You know, I don't know if Rachel remembers this or not, but people were trying to like put us in the cougar category like before we should have been. Do you remember this?
Yes.
You were recently divorced and we were at Black Angus or something.
Well, that's Cougar Town.
Look out, everybody. Couple of cougars out at Black Angus looking to get some meat.
Do you remember that?
Vaguely.
Do you remember those frat boys hitting on you? It was the first time that I had been called a cougar or been around someone who was called a cougar. Like we were in our fucking 30s. We were not cougars yet.
I was 38.
Okay. We were in our fucking 30s.
But if you're looking at a frat boy who's 23, you're a fucking cougar at 38. That's an old lady.
He starts hitting on you like hard. And I think I'm being funny. And I was like, oh, what? Like you have some checklist at your fraternity or something? Like you're trying to get a cougar? They were like, oh shit, she knows. Like, oh fuck. She used her mom spidey senses and she fucking knows.
You cracked the frat boy code.
Like, what the fuck? Like for real? But you didn't go home with them. They didn't get to check off any cougar boxes that night. Oh, did they?
There were lots of texts. I feel like he's still in my scroll.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Do you remember what his name was? Frat Boy 1?
It wasn't Frat Boy 1.
Frat Boy 2?
No, it was his name because that's how I managed life.
Sarah has a different. If you look at Sarah's contact, it's like CHP wife. I like.
Realtor I like. Yeah, no, I have to put person I met at Grog's on a Tuesday and we talked about sunflowers. Like I have to put a context or else I won't fucking remember at all.
My name is Guy with Huge Dick.
Sure.
You could just be girl I met in high school.
Swam with.
Girl I swam with.
Now, we've talked about this many times on the show. You know, Sarah over here is a Division I collegiate swimmer now. Did you swim collegiately?
No.
You swam as collegiately as I did. Did you go to practice?
Yeah.
That's his only criteria.
Okay. I was like, let's drink some beer.
Well, that's the same as me.
I like Thursday night drinking beer.
Yeah.
I'm 19. Oh, I can get in a bar?
Really?
Yeah. There were 19 and over bars.
And could you drink? Like, was the legal drinking age younger too, or just?
Fuck no.
Okay, so they just let you in, like an 18 and over club.
Yes. And you got a little bracelet.
That said,
She's only 19, everybody. No drinks for her.
Yes.
speaking of little bracelets, I was trying to do a side hustle a couple weekends ago, and Rachel wouldn't let me.
Trying to sell your wristband at the Beach Life Festival?
Yes.
Yeah. So Rachel and I had a little girls' weekend a couple weeks ago. We
Yes,
went
you
down
did.
to the Beach Life Festival in Redondo, and you had to get a wristband that said you were 21 and over. And there were like a couple of kids trying to get wristbands, and I was like, $20, you know. But joke was on me because I couldn't get the fucker off.
Wait a second. You try to give a kid $20 to get him off?
No.
Usually it goes the other way where they pay you. What are you doing down there?
No.
I'm not going to let you guys have a girls' weekend again if you're going to run around fucking trying to get kids off. First of all, it's illegal. They're kids.
No.
What's wrong with you? You two cannot be left unattended again.
This is true, but
Yes, that is true. We should not be unsupervised. But I was trying to get my 21 and over wristband off so I could sell it to a 19-year-old for $20, but I couldn't get it off.
So your goal was just to contribute to the delinquency of a minor.
yes.
My goal was to get a side hustle going on, like to get an extra $20. But I mean, I never did it.
I thought your goal was to ride a pickle.
Well, that too.
That was simple.
Yeah, was it? They tried to close us down.
I heard a story, and you can confirm this, Rachel, that there was a lot of full-blown Karen action over the riding the pickle down at the Beach Life Festival.
Would you call it Karening?
No.
No. I just nicely asked if we could ride the pickle. Grillo's Pickles were there, and they were making cocktails with it. And then they had a pickle that you could ride, and if you rode the pickle, then you got a hat.
Nice.
And every single fucker at the festival had a hat. Right?
Mostly chicks, though, because it's like riding the pickle. It's kind of very phallic.
Everybody.
Well, I mean, look, I'm not here to judge how people live their lives. If dudes want to ride the pickle, that's fine.
You would have ridden the fucking pickle.
I would not have.
Are we going to talk about what we're drinking?
Oh, yeah. What are we drinking?
What are we drinking, Rachel?
I'm drinking Black Girl Rosé.
Black Girl Magic Rosé.
Oh, yes.
Cheers on
That's
that.
me.
Cheers to that.
Cheers.
And Rob, what are you having?
I'm drinking my favorite rum, Bamboo rum from Jamaica Man, and some caffeine-free Diet Coke, and it is delicious.
What about the rim?
Oh, that's right. I got the little rim
You
job.
got a rim job.
So you were very kind. You brought a gift over to the show tonight. You brought 5 spices that you got from an Instagram influencer for the low price of $9.
And 99 cents.
99
And one of them was a watermelon salt. It was super good. I rimmed this rum and I stuck it in my body. And I couldn't be happier. I'm just very happy.
I would like to find out who that influencer was that told you to buy these spices because I'm so excited.
No idea.
You've already gotten into the watermelon salt, but there's also the smoky garlic rosemary.
It's not very good for rim jobs, though.
No, but I can't wait to barbecue with that.
There's also some buffalo sauce. Again, not for the rimming. Too hot.
It'll be a while before we barbecue, though, because I got a tooth pulled.
You got a tooth pulled?
Your first tooth?
This is my first adult tooth, yeah.
Which is really amazing. Have you ever seen this girl? She eats fucking candy 24 hours a day. And it's her first ever adult tooth pulled.
You've had adult teeth pulled? Besides wisdom teeth, because they don't count.
No.
They just take
I
those.
had my wisdom teeth pulled.
Yeah.
At some point, I had 6 or 8 teeth pulled. I had too many teeth for my mouth.
Oh, okay. So they were just extra teeth that you were born with.
They were adult teeth, though.
You're like a fucking shark. Just teeth falling out.
But that wasn't, you're like missing a tooth. You just were
No.
born with extras.
Like, I got lots of teeth here.
Shit, that's pretty cool.
What a privileged life. Over here, she's losing teeth and you couldn't have given her one of your teeth?
So you just got them pulled and then the rest of your teeth just sort of like filled in and like fit your mouth like normal and you didn't need like an implant.
No.
Okay, they pulled a tooth that I actually need.
Yeah, you got a molar pull.
Because when they pulled it, I guess there was like a big hole in my gum. Okay, so they said, we're going to do a bone graft. And they just kept saying bone graft, bone graft. And I kept thinking, where are you going to take the bone from on my body? I was thinking like, I don't really use my pinky toe. You know what I mean? Like go ahead and take some of that bone, right? Because I'm thinking it's going to be my own bone.
You want to put a fucking toe bone in your mouth?
Well, better than what
Oh
ended
my
up
God.
happening.
I hate feet shit. Feet are so fucking disgusting. You want to put a foot in your mouth?
How do we know this isn't someone else's foot in my mouth? Because that's what I finally said. I said, where are you getting the bone from? And they said, well,
Let's be clear.
okay.
You're good at putting your foot in your mouth.
Well,
That's
that's
true.
true.
You've already done that a lot on your own. You don't need fucking surgery for that. We need surgery to fucking remove the foot from your fucking mouth half the time.
Well, it could be foot bone, but it would be someone else's. It's either cadaver bone or bovine. And they said, we don't know which.
Cow?
Yeah, cow. It's either cow bone or dead person bone in my mouth.
The ultimate irony, you're going to use cow bone to put a tooth in your mouth so you can eat more cows.
Or is dead person's bone in there. Either way, I can't eat a steak until it heals.
So I thought you were going to name it like Marge. Like I got Marge's bone in my mouth and Marge is hungry. Let's eat a fucking pizza.
Yeah, no, I already did that. It's large Marge.
Man, I'm possessed right now. She wants a fucking round table pizza right now in my mouth.
Oh, yeah, and I 100% plan on doing that. That's my narrative for later. It's just right now I still have stitches, so I don't care what large Marge
Or
wants.
it could be Bessie, the local farm cow,
Okay, let's go back to beach life.
and riding the pickle. How did this pickle get ridden? Did you get a hat?
So, you know, when you were like 5 and your mom would take you to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And you would walk out of the grocery store, Mom, can I ride the pony?
Yes, the most exciting ride this side of the grapevine.
Put a quarter in, it's like, rrr, rrr,
Yes.
rrr, rrr, rrr.
Yes.
It was about 1 mile an hour.
That was essentially the pickle.
Oh, it wasn't like a riding bull or something.
No, it was like hee haw.
And then like,
Yes.
But we didn't have to use our own quarters.
Did you like the vibration?
No.
No?
No.
So you both roll the pickle?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you both roll the pickle and you both are saying thumbs down, no vibration, really wasn't worth
Saying
it?
thumbs neutral.
Thumbs neutral. So you weren't opposed to it?
No. I mean, I would ride it for a hat.
Yeah, we wanted the hat.
Well, you'll do for a hat.
Yes. Free things.
And it wasn't just that it was a free hat. It was that everyone already had the hat.
You felt FOMO.
Yeah, we didn't have the hat yet.
There was in-group, out-group. You're like, oh, everyone at this fucking Beachside Festival has a I Rode the Pickle Gorillos hat, and you two ladies did not.
Yeah.
Let's be clear. All the young people had the hat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Us, who are in our late 40s.
Because neither of us are 50 yet.
Say it quickly, Rachel,
I'm not 50 yet.
because the shit's about to end.
Yes. I'm in my late 40s.
late 40s.
By weeks.
By hours.
Fuck you.
So us still being in our late 40s and seeing all of the younger people that had the pickle hats.
You want to be cool.
Yeah.
I get it.
But what had happened is that we got in line to get the pickle hats. And then you're never going to believe this. I had to pee.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned it because I want to make sure every single episode of Stories and Cocktails, we talk about you taking a fucking piss and how it inconveniences my life. And I'm glad that Rachel spent a weekend with you and it inconvenienced her
God.
fucking life. Rachel, how many times did you have to stop in the middle of this event for Sarah to take a piss? How much piss conversations were there had? How much waiting was there for you? How much was there discussions about like, should we get a drink now? Should we go pee? Should we see this concert? But then I have to pee. No. How much did you endure that?
None.
Oh, really? You're a fucking liar. You're laughing right now. You can't even talk because that's what your life was for 48 hours.
She's a good friend.
One big long trip to the bathroom. You're like, why do we pay all this money for these fucking concert tickets? All you're doing is taking a piss in this porta potty.
Were you there?
I wasn't, but I've lived with you for fucking a long time. And I didn't think I realized how much of my life was based around you taking a piss until recently. We were with some other friends and they pulled me aside. They go, you know, Sarah might have a urinary tract infection. She should probably go to the doctor.
No.
They're like, my mom had it. I'm serious. Like everything Sarah's talking about, it sounds like a urinary tract infection. I was like, are you telling me I just had to take her to the doctor and I wouldn't have had to do this shit for 30 fucking years?
Sarah is a slow peer.
Slow peer. She pees so fucking slow, she has to pee again as soon as she's done peeing. That's how slow
Yes.
she pees.
Yes.
She's just a fucking human Brita filter. She just sits there and drinks water and sits on the toilet and pisses. That's her whole fucking life.
Stop pee shaming her.
Stop pee shaming me. I never even heard that term before, but that is exactly what you're doing.
All right. I'm sorry, baby.
Okay, so without shame, I was in the line and I gauged the line.
There was a cocktail.
Yes, so we had to get the cocktail too.
I had to get the pickles on a beach.
Oh, yeah. Can't miss out on that.
So we wanted the hat, but we also wanted the cocktail.
You also wanted to ride that pickle.
Well, yeah, you had to ride the pickle to get the hat. And you'd think that they would put the cocktail with the pickle and the hat, but it was like in a whole separate like speakeasy bar, which was hard to find.
It's in the name, Speakeasy.
And then I had to go to the bathroom. So all of this had to happen. So we got out of line so that we could go find the cocktail so that I could go to the bathroom. And then it was time to get back in the line. This is where I did not get Karen-y. I just got nice. We got back in the line and they're like, we're sorry.
I like it was just, I got nice with my finger
We're
up.
done for today.
Yeah. They said the pickle is closed for today. And I was like, did you run out of quarters? Because I have some. And she was like, no, we'll be back tomorrow. The pickle is closed for today. And then I lied. I didn't have to get Karen-y. I just became a big fucking fat lie. Did you know I totally lied and just told them?
Yes, I do know
I said,
this.
but we're only here for today. We only got tickets to see Lenny Kravitz tonight. We did not get the 3-day pass. We are not here for the entire festival. We're only here for tonight. And we really, 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 really want this hat. Give us this fucking hat.
Did you say, I have a podcast. I'll talk about Gorilla's Pickles for an hour.
She said all those things except for I have a podcast.
Well, God forbid you promote the fucking show.
So then we got in the line.
And then we got the
both
hats.
got the hats.
Well done, ladies.
No, Karen. I didn't put my finger up.
There was no finger.
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Just
fair enough.
a little bit of white lies.
I was there.
I mean, I'm assuming that the woman who was just like trying to go home for the day, just like this pickle party's over, she had to endure you.
The party was not over. Train hadn't gone on. Lenny Kravitz hadn't gone on.
Why are they trying to shut the pickle down before the party even started?
Maybe the pickle was tired of letting all these cougars ride it all day. You know what I'm saying?
Nope.
Maybe the pickle was a 52-year-old man pickle.
I don't know any 52-year-old man pickles. Yeah, that's not me.
Oh, you're 51.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're referring to your other boyfriend, not your husband. Now I'm 5150. Fuck, crazy pissed.
51, 52. What's the fucking difference?
Hardness. That's the difference.
All these pickles close before I'm ready for them to. So then we went and we saw Train.
Train is a band that Rachel introduced me to. A band I said, I never heard of these fucking guys. And then when I went and saw them, I was like, I know every fucking single one of these songs.
Yes.
Every song. Never heard of Train in my life. Know the entire catalog. Now anytime I'm in a bar, it's like music trivia. I'm like, I don't know what it is. Fuck it. Train. They're like, you win, sir. Free drinks for you. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Train for the win. Thank you, Rachel.
Then Lenny Kravitz was the headliner.
How is he looking?
Oh my God.
Amazing. Yeah. And then Rachel and I almost got in a fight because,
Who's going to fuck him first?
well, no, 30 years of friendship.
Yes.
Well, longer than that. I've been married to you almost 30 years.
Yeah, shit.
Rachel comes way before me.
I was trying to make us 45.
Sure.
I don't know. Math is hard. Anyways.
You were a math teacher, for God's sakes. You can't say math is hard.
Let's be clear. That's the theme of this show.
Is the math is hard for me?
It's hard for Sarah.
Math is hard for Sarah and she has to go pee.
Adding and subtracting. Can't do it.
Cannot fucking do it.
We've been friends for a hell of a long time, and you have never done anything to make me mistrust you, ever. I've never questioned anything you've ever said. That's why we almost got in a fight, because I questioned what you said, and you looked at me like, I don't deserve this. Do you remember what you told me during Lenny Kravitz?
Lenny Kravitz is celibate.
Fuck. Could you believe that shit?
Lenny Kravitz is celibate. That's the story we're telling people.
This is the truth. Lenny Kravitz is
Celibate.
celibate.
Do you see, though, why, even though she's never given me any reason to mistrust
That's
her,
just crushing all the ladies' dreams.
do you see why I had to fact check her? And she was really like, are you fucking questioning me on this? Are you fact checking? I'm like, look, you're crushing my fucking dreams. Just like I got us on that pickle after it closed. I was going to get us back there on Lenny's
I'm gonna
pickle.
get on Lenny's
I was
pickle.
working this backstage angle. And now you're telling me he's fucking celibate?
Yes.
That is a heartbreaker.
I know.
So we went back to the hotel room. I went to bed.
Yeah.
Sarah stayed up.
Fact checking.
Well, what Sarah likes to do is she likes to live her life peeing all day long and learning 10% about things. Then she goes to bed and she tries to learn 60 more percent on Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And then I wake up and then she educates me on 40% of it. Most of it's half wrong. And then I go out in life, I start telling people stuff like, yeah, man, Lenny Kravitz is celibate. They're like, that's not true. That's been...
It's true.
It's true. I got a theory about it, though.
Sarah has the info.
Okay, first of all, he's 60 years old. You wouldn't fucking know.
Oh my God. He's so sexy. Any woman would drop trow for that.
100%. Yeah. We tried. We dropped trow. We were like, hey, how's your celibacy now? Like,
So let me get this straight. If it was Lenny Kravitz's microphone, it'd be two chicks at the same time, but
Yes.
Rob Kreider,
Yeah.
go fuck
Yep,
yourself?
yep, yep.
yeah.
All right, fair enough. I can't compete with Lenny Kravitz.
I mean, I don't know if it would be at the same time. We'd probably take turns because we're polite like that. Here's my theory. So he's 60. He's been celibate for 9 years.
Okay,
So do the math.
that's 51.
Did he wake up one morning and choose to be celibate, or did he just choose not to get Viagra? I'm just saying, it's a lot easier to go celibate at 51 than at like 21 or 31.
True.
Or even 40.
Or even 41. Now, I haven't been 51 yet, so I am just projecting.
I feel like you're pushing a through line at me and my age. You're kind of targeting my age, saying that maybe Big Daddy over here can't get it up.
I just can't figure out why Lenny stopped fucking at 51. You know what I mean?
I guess the song "Are You Gonna Go My Way" has a whole new meaning.
Yeah, he was talking to his dick.
Exactly. What are we doing here? Can you go my way? Dick's like, no,
Please.
not gonna do it.
So then he came up with this whole backstory about how he's spiritual.
I think we all know what happened here. His wife is fucking Jason Momoa, and he can't handle it.
This is true.
That's true too. So he said his dad cheated on his mom, and then his dad told him, "You'll be a cheater too." And he was like, "No, I'm not. I'm going to be with Lisa Bonet." And then Lisa Bonet is like, "I'm going to go Bonet Jason Momoa, luckiest woman alive." So then he was just sleeping around, whoring around, kind of forgot about me and Rachel. We didn't get a turn.
I know, didn't even give you a chance.
And then he said that he was like, oh my gosh, I'm turning into who I don't want to be. I don't want my dad to be right, that I treat women poorly. And so then he got like super spiritual and turned 51 and his dick stopped going his way. That's my theory.
Hey friends, I wanted to take the time to thank each and every one of you for listening to our stupid little drunk show, especially those who were kind enough to go on Venmo and throw a couple bucks our way to buy us a round of drinks at Stories and Cocktails. And if you want to help out the show, subscribe, like, and comment on whatever streaming platform you use, or all of them. Jesus, I sound like a 12-year-old YouTuber. And if you do buy us a round of cocktails, I promise we will put those drinks to good use and give you a shout out on a future episode. All right, thanks folks. Let's get back to the shit show.
I felt like Saturday was like a little affair.
Was Sublime.
No, it was Shelley Hoff.
Susanna Hoff.
Also one of my girls on my list.
Yeah.
Bengals.
I always had it bad for fucking Suzanne Hoff from the Bengals because she was in the movie
What?
The All-Nighter. Oh yeah, love her to death.
No.
Yes.
She's like 100.
She looked pretty good though for 100.
You sent me a picture.
She's holding up well.
Yeah, I wouldn't kick her out of bed.
Well, you should probably get her name right. I don't think it's Susan. I think it's Susanna.
Suzanne Hoff.
Susanna.
I don't know. I just jerked off and looked at her picture. I never fucking knew her name.
Her name. Speaking of women who sing sing good songs. The closer at Beach Life was Alanis.
Alanis Morissette.
Yeah.
I cried.
I did not know that.
I bet that was a very powerful show.
I cried. I tried to keep it from you.
You didn't cry?
You don't need to keep it from me. Addie cries at every concert we ever go
I
to.
know, but you made fun of her.
Poor Rachel had to fucking hide it from you. Your own friend.
I cried.
You had to watch her take a piss 17 times tonight. I can't let her see me tear up.
I wish I would have known because I would have taken a picture and sent it to Addie. You're not the only one who cries at concerts. I would have sent it to Rob because he cries when he's at concerts too. Okay. I guess it's me. I guess everyone cries. They have like an emotional.
No, it was moving.
It was moving.
You just don't have enough moisture in your body for wetness.
Thanks.
You're just dry.
Jesus.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
And vaginally.
I'm on hormones now.
I know, it is working.
I am taking hormones. I've been on them for a whole month.
And it's been awesome.
No, it hasn't actually. I told Rachel we almost got divorced.
That was before the hormones.
That was before we left for Beach Life.
That was 2 weeks into the hormones.
Oh, that was bad.
Yeah. It was really bad.
She was going to buy a house and leave you.
I was going to let her. I was happy to fucking let her go. Like, here's your fucking house. Bye-bye.
That was 2 weeks into hormones. And then I called the doctor. I said, I don't think these hormones are working. And she's like, give it another 4 weeks. I was like, my whole life's going to be fucking destroyed in 4 hours. I don't have 4 weeks.
There'll be nothing to save.
I'm in marriage counseling now. I'm in escrow. Like, this is really, really, really bad. And she's just like, well, we can't decide until 6 weeks of hormones and just hang in there. But now I'm 4 weeks in.
And you love your husband?
At the end, I love you again.
Yeah. She does love me again.
And so when the doctor was like, let's reevaluate at 6 weeks, maybe she knew what she was fucking talking about because...
Well, let's test the theory. You want to know how we're going to test it? We have a story to talk about.
Oh, we're going to talk about racing.
Well, we generally do not talk about racing on the podcast because it's very triggering. But we are going to talk about a story today called The Pizza Men, published September 3rd, 2009 in the Santa Maria Sun, about our 24-hour of Lemons team, which Rachel was a part of back in the day.
I was.
Yep.
We are going to test your sanity and our marriage vows by discussing racing on our show. Terrible fucking idea. I just want to go for the record. I feel ganged up on by you two. Whatever's said about the race team feels unfair.
I'm on Team Rob.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, we haven't even said anything yet. And you're already saying you feel ganged up on. And you know what? You could not be on Team Rob. You're on Team Sarah.
I'm on Team Rob.
You know, Rachel always had my back.
I brought the dessert.
You did bring the dessert.
So good.
And neither one of you even remembered that. That's what's so funny.
Remembered what?
Well, in the story, I get credit. In the story, you say, like, my wife brought desserts. And I was like, no.
That didn't happen. That's a fucking work of fiction.
I did not make desserts. I can't make desserts. Rachel brought the desserts.
We wanted other teams to like us because if they hated us, they were going to take our car and crush it with a tractor.
Right.
We didn't want that to happen.
Right. Well, that's a good thing that you had Rachel there bringing the desserts.
This is for a 24-hour Lemons race, which is a race series where you bring a $500 car and all the cars are wacky and themed where people wear costumes and shit. Our theme was big sausage pizza delivery. And you girls wore these kick-ass shirts you made. You guys made pizza. The theme was fantastic. We had a fantastic car, fantastic team. And then to buy goodwill, Rachel made dessert and you guys went around the paddock and you delivered dessert and beers and flirted with all the drivers.
The shirts that we made, I just bought like a couple of packages of wife beaters and then I sat there with a Sharpie and I Sharpied on everybody's t-shirt, I heart big sausage. And then I made all the wives wear this wife beater that I fucking Sharpied on.
That race, there was a pool. Some teams brought a Doughboy pool to Buttonwillow Raceway. You girls decided on your own to jump in the pool without asking.
No,
We did not.
No, one girl.
One girl, not the two of us.
We're the craziest motherfuckers there. You were like, hey, go out, make everyone like you, get super drunk, be the party, like flirt, take the cookies, wear a t-shirt that says I heart big sausage. You were like, go out. And we knew we were on a mission. We were on a mission of diplomacy and manipulation.
Right.
Then it was your brother's soon-to-be wife, but she wasn't his wife. At this point, it was just your brother brings this girl. He just brings this new girl. And he's like, hey, here's my new girlfriend. Do you have a fucking wife beater for her?
Did you make a shirt for her?
And I was like, I mean, I guess. Like, does she know what the mission is?
Is she a medium?
She got in the pool and we were like, wait a minute, we're not supposed to piss people off. Like, we're not supposed to go in people's pools uninvited. We're supposed to party with people. We're supposed to make people like us. And she's like, I'm going in the fucking pool. And I was just like, oh shit, Rob is not going to like this.
So when you girls weren't taking it easy and having a little swim break, you were supposed to be handing out beers to the other teams.
Which we did.
And you did that using a bag and it had Kid Rock on it. And you had it filled with, ironically, Bud Light.
No comment.
And then later Kid Rock went anarchy against
Got
Bud Light. And then
canceled.
you canceled Kid Rock from your life.
Yeah, no, fuck him. I hate Kid Rock.
So last weekend, we went to Beach Life. And I said, you had a Kid Rock purse. She's like, I did not.
She's very good at like rewriting history. She's like, I never did that. We're like, we have fucking pictures of you with it.
I'm pretty sure you did.
It's in the fucking article. It says, my wife's walking around with her Kid Rock purse. And she's telling you 2 weeks ago, I didn't fucking do that.
It was just 2 weeks ago. And I was like, that doesn't sound familiar. And then when I saw it in the story, I was like, fuck.
Damn it, when you have a husband who's a fucking writer.
I did have that stupid Kid Rock
Fucking
purse.
documentary.
You loved that fucking purse.
But I did carry Bud Lights around in it. That was part of the diplomacy, and I would hand them out. And it is.
Little did we know it was a future irony.
Well, fuck him. He's a dick. I didn't know back then. You know what? When you know better, you do better.
You loved him.
He's off the list.
Anybody else off your to-do list?
I will admit, Kid Rock was on my list for a little while.
For a long time.
For a little while. Because I didn't know what a douchebag
No,
was.
he was on your list for a long time.
For a decade.
Come on. I'm going to side with him.
All right. You already claimed Team Rob. We get it. So Kid Rock was on my list. And you were super cool about the list. You know, it's like, oh, ha, 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 the list. Like Anna Faris is on your list. Ha, ha, ha.
She still is.
And then Melissa called me up. So I have a friend that at the time she was married to a musician. And she's like, my husband's band is opening for Kid Rock. I can get you backstage. She's like, fly out, come see my husband's band. And they're opening for Kid Rock. And it's going to be so fun. And let's party. And all of a sudden you were like, and you'd never told me no ever. And you were like,
Nope.
No. Yeah. You're like, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think we have daycare for the kids. We can't afford it.
Yeah, plane tickets are very expensive right
Yeah.
now.
All of a sudden, what was like super funny on like the list, all of a sudden you're like, this list isn't funny anymore. This just got fucking real.
Well, the list is a joke because you'll never see these celebrities. Like, I can have Anna Faris forever on my list because it's not going to fucking be around Anna Faris ever. And then you're like, I'm going to be backstage with Kid Rock. I'm like, ooh, that's...
Wow, I dodged a bullet because he's a fucking douchebag.
You know, I wish you'd gone because now I'll be like, oh, look at you. You sucked his dick. And now what he did, Bud Light. I wish you'd have done it. It'd be fucking hilarious. That's how spiteful we are in our marriage. I'm like, I wish you sucked Kid Rock dick. And then now when he became a fucking total psycho, I'm like, oh, you sucked his dick.
You're like, you think you're embarrassed you used to carry a bag with his face on
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
What if you sucked his dick?
Yeah,
How
what if you had a
embarrassed
load
would
in your
be?
face? Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be
well,
nice.
I didn't. So there you go.
Look at you. So let's get to this. So Rachel and us, we have a lot of history in Vegas together. We've had a lot of crazy fucking trips to Vegas. I remember one particular trip, I won't mention any names, where the two of you met some gentlemen in the Hard Rock pool. You guys got very friendly.
Oh, that was a fucked up day.
Like, look, we all get drunk. It's the pool of the Hard Rock. Shit happens.
Let's be clear. We almost got robbed.
No, we did get robbed.
And I blocked that.
Yeah,
I was the savior.
you were.
I should have been bowed down to.
You should have. Now that we have a better understanding about trauma, we didn't back then because it was like 06 and we didn't know about trauma.
Yeah.
We now have a better understanding. And you're right. We were all super drunk and you saved the cabana from theft and you had to file like a police report.
It was a
and
pain in the ass.
You had to take care of
2
everything.
hours of my life.
Yeah, talking to the police.
You were like full on responsible.
I will never go
adulting.
back to the Hard Rock.
And we were all just partying. And so then you finally got in the pool and you're like, okay, I did all the adulting. I saved all of our shit from theft. I'm ready to party now. And then you caught up fast. You caught up really, really, really fast. But I think it was the trauma.
It was the trauma.
And then next thing I know, our husbands are on the pool dry and dressed and like staring at us and we're still in the pool. And
Time to go.
yeah, and you guys are like, let's fucking go. Like there's a cab going. We're not staying at this hotel. And you and I are super drunk in the pool. And then I look at you and I was like, oh, this is not going to go well.
Let's go through it. So we get a cabana at the Hard Rock, and they have a safe in your cabana. And I put my wallet and my shit in my safe, and I close it. And then
it was your brother, Sara, and your sister-in-law who did not.
put their shit in the safe. So our cabana gets robbed by some dude. He goes running through the park and gets chased down by security. They get him, and there's all this drama. Now, the whole time this is happening, you know who's sitting in the pool drinking and not giving a fuck? Rob Kreider.
Rob, Sara, and Rachel's husband.
I'm like, I don't give a fuck. My shit was in the safe.
Okay, well, let's be honest. We didn't have any shit to be stolen.
This is also true.
If you can squeeze another dime out of their credit card, go for it.
This guy was found under a car in the parking lot in the Hard Rock.
Yes.
See, you know all this. None of us know this. That's
I
what
know
I'm saying.
this
Like,
because I was the sober person.
You were.
Who put their finger in this person's chest as he jumped over the side of the pool.
you had experienced trauma, and that's why you got in the pool.
This allows for the misbehavior.
Exactly. So the police come, everyone, I still didn't give a fuck. I'm just like, I'm not talking to the police. I'm not doing shit. I'm going to sit in this hot tub and drink this fucking beer. That's all I'm going to do.
You were playing blackjack in the pool.
I was probably up like $4 to $5.
Okay, so the worst part about all of this is that I really threw you under the bus, Rach. I had that stupid pink cowboy hat.
And the Kid Rock purse.
And your big fake titties out and a Bud Light in your hand.
I met a whole...
It's a Tuesday at noon in fucking Vegas.
It was like
Rachel,
a whole
come over here.
bachelor party. And so I am flirting with the bachelor party, innocent flirting.
I'm going to try this later when I'm going to pull with some girl. I'm like, honey, I was just flirting.
There was one that I was like really, really flirting with him, and I really honed in on him. And I remember it was the bachelor party because the bachelor took my pink hat, and they were like, well, he should get it because he's the bachelor. And I was like, little fucker took my pink hat.
Plus, you're like, the sun's in my eyes.
Yeah, but then you got in the pool. Now, here's where I threw you under the bus, is because I do remember telling you, he's my boyfriend. You're stealing my boyfriend. And I'm yelling at you like, it's my boyfriend, you're stealing. And then I look and I see our husbands. And this is where I throw you under the bus because I was just like, that's a stranger danger. And I was like, I sure as fuck hope Rob didn't hear me say he's my boyfriend. And then I was just like, look, Rachel's flirting with a stranger in the pool.
Well, I'm getting a little bit more of the story than I got in 2006. I remember pouring both of you into the cab. And then you guys were too drunk to even recognize you were in trouble. You're like, we're in trouble.
Do you remember the next day they kind of kept us away from each other all day?
We did?
Yeah. We were on like a timeout.
You don't get to play with Rachel. You girls were bad yesterday. I was up $4 in the fucking blackjack table in the pool, and you guys fucked it up. I had to leave. I had left all that money on the table.
I hope that fucker enjoyed my hat. I miss that hat.
Can we talk about the one time in our lives that we lived in a music video?
Yes.
Back to the racing team, Big Sausage Pizza.
It goes full circle because in addition to Lenny Kravitz and Alanis, we also saw Cake last weekend.
You saw Cake at Beach Life Festival. Oh, man. So good.
In this story, the part that you're missing, because you wrote it, you didn't know what was happening. We were by the camp.
Okay, you guys are by Sunset Corner at Buttonwell.
Yeah, it was grassy. And in my mind, because it was a music video, it was like the sun was setting.
No, the race ended like at 2. By 2 o'clock.
The sun was setting. The eucalyptus trees. It was beautiful.
We're leading the race.
It was the last lap. The reason that we were back at camp is because we were probably getting ready for like
a celebration. We're going to win this fucker.
Getting drinks out, getting food out, or whatever. And our high school buddy, Fred.
Also a cougar.
It wasn't just me, Sarah, and Fred. Your dad was there.
My dad loves that song.
I don't know who starts it, but we just start singing about your brother, the Cake song.
Who's going the distance?
Yeah.
Who's going for speed?
All 4 of us are singing it, and we're sure, because Randy's in the lead, we're sure any minute now he's going to come around. He's gone the distance. He's going to come around. And we're just singing him into home.
Come on down, take the checker flag.
And we're just belting out every lyric, and we were in tune. I told Rachel when we saw Cake, it was so magical, I thought I had made it up in my mind. I started to think that it didn't really happen.
If we lived in the sound of music, that was it.
Yeah. And so I said to her, do you remember that one time we were in like a real life musical? And I thought she would be like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she was like, you mean when we sang He's Going the Distance? The only thing that fucking sucked is your brother rolled over the goddamn car and didn't finish the race.
4 corners before the checkered flag. You rolled it over.
The most magical like moment in my life when I'm in a real life musical singing. We were going to go out. I think this is how magical it was. We were singing so great. We were going to like pick the car up. It was going to grow wings like Grease Lightning at the end and like fly away.
Fly
like,
off with Olivia Newton-John.
It was that fantastical. And then we just kept singing and waiting.
Is Randy dead?
And singing and waiting.
Because there was about 30 seconds because he rolled over on top of the fucking radio antenna, so we got radio silent on us.
We were like, what the fuck? He did not go the distance.
I'm glad he's not dead. Now I'm going to fucking kill him.
It was almost like Shakespearean, poetic.
It was.
He flipped and we're still singing.
Because we didn't know yet. And then your dad has like the headphones on, so he probably heard.
Well, it gets real dramatic. There's footage of this. Someone has a YouTube of this where you hear my dad going like, Randy?
Oh shit. We should have watched that YouTube because you probably hear us in the background.
Randy? And then it's like scary because you're like, fuck, dude, my dad's in a wheelchair from racing cars. He's trying to get my brother on the fucking radio who's just rolled a car over to find out if he's dead. You guys are singing like, he's going the distance. He's going for speed. Did we win? Should I get the beers out? Did we win?
That is really what happened.
Are we still going to win if Randy rolled over?
He was fine. Our song ended.
For the record, the drama of that race was how the 24 Hour of Lemons works is they run 7 hours each day and they run from a certain time to a certain time.
You mean the drama isn't that your brother rolled over the car and didn't cross the finish line?
No, the drama is we won that race. At 2 o'clock, the race is over. So at 59 seconds, we're like 3 corners away. We come around. We go by the start-finish line at 2 o'clock. We won the race. But the second place car was kind of friends of the promoter, James Lamb, and they were really close to us, like 3 car lengths. And Jay says, let's let them go another lap, see what happens. It's exciting because it was fucking, they were fighting for the lead in 1 lap. So we won the race and they let it go 1 more lap. And then Randy lost it on the extra lap. And then he crashed, rolled over, and then we lost the fucking race. So we won the race, and then we didn't win the race, and then we lost.
Says you.
No, we were standing on the wall pointing at my watch, looking at the fucking starter clock. I'm like, what the fuck? Where's the checkered flag? This is bullshit.
For the listener, it was a big puff of dusty smoke.
When he rolled over.
And we were all like, He's going for speed.
So the ambulance came. We came in on the tow truck. Our car was completely fucked up. We got second place.
But your brother was fine. And then we didn't get to have a party.
We had a pity party. We had a lot of fucking pissing and moaning.
All right, I got to pee again. Should we wrap it up?
Me too.
So let's raise a glass. And I want to say thank you to the Big Sausage Pizza Delivery Girls for doing a great job of Button Willow and your music video for Cake.
Oh, yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And that was Last Call. You did it. You survived an episode of Stories and Cocktails. But did Rob or Sarah's liver survive the show? I don't know. Tune into the next episode to find out, to enjoy some more stories and some more cocktails. By the way, if you want to support the debauchery of the show, then buy the hosts their next round by Venmoing a couple of gold doubloons at Stories and Cocktails. Back in the day, a gold doubloon was only $4 Spanish. Who knew? Well, folks, I'll be right here behind the bar, cleaning the glassware and awaiting your return to the Stories and Cocktails podcast. Cheerio, friends.
If you enjoy hearing Rob Kreider's different humor columns here on the Stories and Cocktails podcast, then I promise you will love his novel, Cadet Blues. Cadet Blues is Rob's hilarious tell-all about desperately trying to survive the shock and awe boot camp-style training at the California Highway Patrol Academy. People from all different walks of life have come to love this book because Cadet Blues is simply a crazy good read. Heartfelt, inspiring, and damn funny. It's available in paperback through Amazon, eBay, or cadetblues.com, where you can get free shipping and a personalized autographed book. Or you can download a digital copy of Cadet Blues from Amazon Kindle, Barnes & Noble Nook, or Apple iBooks. Do yourself a favor and check out the novel, Cadet Blues.